Hello there, Sheila. I just felt I had to call in. I've never called your show before, but I just thought I was listening, and it was just infuriating, I think, for me, as not only as a father, but as a parent. I think, we've made the decision that both of our kids who's graduated here in this country and been educated, they both moved abroad because of Labour getting into power and the tax hikes and everything else. And
what do they do, your kids?
One's in health and the other one's in architecture. So both of them have moved abroad. My youngest left yesterday again. She's applied and she's got into another country. I won't say where, but let's put it this way. The taxes are less. They offer more for salary, etc. So, that's my advice. But I'm also a business owner, and this is what infuriates me, that England used to be a place where, entrepreneurship, helping others, charitable, business owners being charitable and helping everybody out. Well, I'm afraid with the way that the Labour government is going, I've got a message for Rachel Reeves, is that people like me will be leaving soon as well. My responsibility is to my kids, my friends, and, making an honest living and giving to charity. Since they've got in with all of the tax cuts, I've stopped donating. I've thought about selling the business, moving abroad, and taking my tax money elsewhere because I get better breaks. I get, breaks for
what have you lost
hiring more
since
people.
Labour? What have you lost since Labour came to power?
Oh, how can I say? Well, my tax rate's gone up.
As a business owner.
Yeah, and especially in the national insurance. I mean, I won't even begin to say where I've paid, but I pay, all my taxes wherever it's due, and every year I'm just dinged more and more, and it seems like, as a high rate, payer, within the industry, I'm just looking at this and thinking I can get way more benefits abroad, moving the business, and I think that, my friends are thinking the same way. They're telling their kids.
But do you have
I just don't.
Is our life about... is our life only about the tax we pay? Do you have a connection to the country that you want to keep... a commitment
survival.
to but I'm asking the question because none of us, my tax bill has gone through the roof. I don't know whether you're familiar with IR35. I imagine you probably are.
Oh, yes,
ludicrous levels of, in a way that has had a material impact on my life, right? Now, am I starving? Am I in danger? No, but it's had a material impact on my plans, without a doubt, and it's caused me a great deal of stress, right? Now, hideous, horrible. I've effed and blinded about the Treasury for years about this particular issue, but it doesn't make me want to leave Britain. I wonder how bad it has to get and what situation you have to be in to just say, screw this country, I'm leaving it.
I think it's now, because let me put it this way. You talk about IR35. My wife's an accountant. We've dealt with IR35. It basically inhibits anybody from being an entrepreneur.
It's a ludicrous policy. Ludicrous.
And this is what's getting me. I have been subject to it for donkey's years. All my friends have. They've all left. They won't sell their properties. They are doing
It inhibits
the same.
entrepreneurship. It inhibits employing people. It inhibits freelancers and the creative industries. It's a terrible, terrible policy. However, I'll just come back to that question.
Yeah.
Why actually leave the country? Because
the benefits are better abroad. I mean,
well, hang on. Were your kids raised in this country? Yes.
Yes, they were.
Did they get an education here?
Well.
They got an education here.
Yes, they did.
NHS.
Yep.
Yeah. They're all services that we receive in this country because of taxation.
And my taxation at a very high level, I've been paying. It's eye-watering, some of the tax rates I've been paying. I just look and I think that, I love this country. I want to stay here. I want to invest more and I want to help the poor people. But it's got to the point.
You feel ground down, do you, by it? You feel ground down? Yeah.
Well, beaten, not only ground down, I think they have literally taken the soul out of being an entrepreneur in this country, and they have beat you down to a point where you just look at it and say, as a person who's generated wealth and given, to this country and donated to charities, no more. We can't do it. And if Rachel Reeves, this is a message to Rachel Reeves, if she comes begging again in August and basically increases tax for us working class and small business owners who pay the high, we are going to fight back and we're going to vote you out of power. And then what we're going to do is some of us are going to leave and you're never going to get that money back in this country ever. That's a strong message. Strong message to the government. Thanks, Ran, for your call. Ran in Paddington.